Hi team, good evening and good morning.
Hi, Vinoth.
So we'll start session at 6 p.m. Hi team, good evening. Good evening to both Zoom and YouTube team. Hi Kishore, Sandhya. Hope you all doing good. So today again we have a few more topics from Selenium 4. We'll try to complete that. Mostly it will be a 1 hour session only because I tried to do the setup for Selenium 4, but due to some version issue, I'm facing some problem. So that particular topic, the Selenium 4, this one, this I will be teaching this along with the Docker. So actually, Docker is the latest tech. It is not latest, it is used for a long time. But right now, most of the industries are trying to follow the Docker. So in Docker, doing the setup um, using for Selenium Grid is going to be very easier. So at that time, I will teach this topic. Remaining just two more topics only. We will try to wind up quickly. So one short recap. First, what we did, we tried to execute in Selenium 3. Then we updated the Java version to 11 and also versions of Selenium. Actually, even if we update the dependency, we will not face any issue in the existing programs and the framework. But first thing what we need to update is we have to make sure if it is a execution project, means what it is more important is it is failed because of synchronization issue. It means due to the time wait. So in your framework, first try to update this particular format. That's the first thing you have to do it. So instead of two argument like seconds, the numerical number and time units in second or minute, what you can do, duration dot of second of minute, like that you can give. So in the framework level, this is actually most of the problems we can able to fix it only with the help of synchronization issue. So please make sure you're trying to fix this. Once this is done, then comes WebDriver Manager. So what we do initially, we try to not hardcode, we try to specify where the Chrome driver or WebDriver is exist. And then for the respective browser, we create the driver object. So, but in Selenium 4, we have something called WebDriver Manager. So it will automatically based on the browser, like if it is for Chrome browser, WebDriver.ChromeDriver.setup. Then creating the object instance of that particular driver for the particular browser. If it is a Chrome driver, new Chrome driver constructor. Same thing for Firefox, same thing for Edge. So even if you try to do it for Safari, the process going to remains the same. So here, only thing you have to remember, WebDriver dot the particular browser driver dot setup. This will automatically try to download the latest version available in the respective server. And accordingly, of course, we have to update the browser and this will directly execute it. This is going to reduce a lot of execution errors, especially maintenance project and all. And leave about actually have wrongly renamed. And in addition to that, we can also mention specific version also, because in some of the VDI missions, especially while working in client missions, we may not have the admin access. So we can't able to update the browser. So what we can do for the existing driver version. So you can tell that like WebDriver, Chrome driver version. What is that version? Dot setup. So for the existing Chrome driver, this will work. Actually, this is one of the best feature. Definitely, we will face a lot of admin access issue while working in VDIs in real-time project. And then comes the relative locators. So on some additional explanation about relative locators. So with the help of some object, we are going to try to identify the particular object. So this will be the best example to explain this relative locator concept. So most of the time, why a script will fail? Script will fail because of two reasons. One is that locator value is not available or changed. So due to this element not found, exception will get it. For no other go, we have to go and update it and work accordingly. And in some cases, we will able to find multiple objects or web elements for the given search criteria. So you can see this as an example. So you're trying to say like, okay, go and find a car. You're giving everything, but still in this, see this particular color car, you can able to see two cars. So then how can we able to identify that? So there comes the relative locator. I can say like, this is right to the white color Audi car, and this one left to the white color Audi car. Like that, based on some other web element, some other object, we are trying to identify it. So remember, if the locator's value is wrong, this is not going to work. But you're giving some value, that value you found some multiple object in the web page, means then it will take the help of the relative locator. But the first one itself, so here yesterday what we learned, first we check with below. So below means as per the application, you're trying to identify first name which is below the title. So we have to make sure this particular identification should be correct. This should be correct. But here, see. So title identification, this as a reference, relative object, and first name. So this one. By chance, this is wrong means the code is not going to work. It is not considered, it will not consider this one. If this is wrong, definitely it will not work. We have to make sure this one is correct after giving a correct value, but it is able to find a duplicate two objects like that, means then what will happen, it will take the help of the relative locator. So this is one minute explanation I didn't give you yesterday, so please keep a note of it. So if you want to check something below, means that particular web element relative locator with using the ID locator, which is below the title. Same way, we try to identify the street address, which is above the apartment. So same thing we did here. So first, what is the reference? You're trying to initialize it. Then this one street address, which is above the apartment address. Then to the left of, to the right of. So if we consider this UFT, it is to the right, to the left of TestNG. Then other means it is to the right of functional testing. So that is what we did yesterday. Then again, nearby. Sometimes, not sometimes, sometimes there will be only one web element somewhere. You have to go and do it, but it's not possible. Then you can get the help of the label. Definitely every web element will have some label. Using that, you can able to use the near method. See here, near method. So this is such a very good, important feature. But remember this one thing. If you're trying to mention something, that is not unique means, or it is not on the web page, it will fail for sure. But it found multiple object means usually this is an indirect, it is an interview question in Selenium 3. What they will say in Selenium 3, for example, you are trying to identify a web element. There are two web elements for the details you are given. What will happen? So two answer. Sometimes it will throw the exception. Sometimes it will choose the first object. Two possibilities will happen. But that if we apply in Selenium 4 means it is not going to happen, because you're trying to get an help of, so here also two color car, same color car, but I can give a reference, relative reference. So that definitely is going to be work properly. Once after this, then we saw handling the authentication. What is the problem with the Selenium 3 is we have to hard code the username and password in the URL, which is quite in terms of security, it is not good, because these are all the values we pass it from the test data Excel sheet. So now we got a method like driver dot method name is register, and you're trying to pass the username and a password with the help of username and password dot off. So automatically this will handle the proxy. So these are all the things we learned yesterday, and today few more topics, very few more topics are there. Mostly we'll complete it in an hour. That is taking screenshot, and this one Chrome DevTools, not that much important for UI testing, but still a lot of feature they have added in Selenium 4 that is very useful for mobile automation also. Usually mobile automation means APM, but still now using Selenium also you can do a lot of stuff. Okay, first taking screenshot. So we know one thing, if you want to take a screenshot, what will happen? It will just take a page. If you consider, okay, I want to take a screenshot of this one means, it will not take the entire screenshot. It will take only this page, this screenshot. This is one of the drawback while taking the screenshot. So in automation project, what we will do, we will write one script to scroll down. So I will scroll down, take a bridge, I'll take a screenshot, scroll down till this scroll down is completed. I will be keep taking the screenshot. This is how we will be doing it in the automation project. So even though I didn't teach that, because that's a very rare scenario, that is scrolling down and all. But if you want to take some lengthy page, okay, some lengthy page, for example, okay, let me take this one. This will be the most lengthiest page. So if you see here, see, so if you want to take a screenshot of this, then I have to write a code, scroll down, take the screenshot, scroll down till this scroll down goes till the end. What will happen? It will take the screenshot. This is how it will work. But in Selenium 4, we can able to take the entire page screenshot with one condition applied. What is that? Is it will work only in the Firefox. Let's see how this is going to work. Okay, I'll go capture full screenshot. Okay, sure. I already said this is going to work only in Firefox. It will not work in Chrome. Okay, it will not work in Chrome first. Okay, let's go directly for the solution, then negative scenario. WebDriver Manager, Firefox, setup, and creating the object instance for the Firefox driver. After this, what I will do is I'll try to execute multiple scenarios. This is very one. First, we'll try for the URL. Let us driver dot get the URL, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, this is done. Now we have to use the file system object. So file, creating the object instance using the file, because we know usually we take a screenshot that will be in temporary location. Then we will move from temporary to permanent location. So in Selenium 3, we have already learned this. I'll show that sample code. Just a recap. See, this is what we learned in Selenium 3. What we will do, we will use the take screenshot interface. We try to create an object instance, because inside this only we have a method called get screenshot as. So what this will do, it will take the screenshot and that will be in temporary memory. So in order to use this file utils, we have to use the Apache common IO jar file. Then from the temporary location, we are trying to copy to the permanent location, that is to the hard disk. So this is how we will do it in the Selenium 3. Now in Selenium 4, same code, no big difference, minute change. Let us screenshot equal to, again, I am passing the drag. So this is how we will give the syntax. Typecasting, like typecasting, we are passing the Firefox driver object. Firefox, this one dot get, yes. So this method will not available, it will not be available inside the Chrome driver. If you do it for Firefox, this you will get it. Remember, see. Then what is the type of the file? That is output type dot file. Import that and see it is there, but just see the difference. This is the code. We will do it initially. Now you no need of even take screenshot also. See the difference. So directly we use the get screenshot method. Now get full screenshot. By chance, okay, what if I put Chrome driver here? Means it will not work. Chrome driver. If you put, it is going to throw the error, because for Chrome browser, it was not coded like that. This will work only for the Firefox. Now, this is a location where the entire full screenshot will be available. That is a temporary memory, which we saved as a file format. From there, we have to paste it to the permanent location. So this, now that this next line remains the same, file utils, copy file. I have already added those jar files. I think by default we are getting it. 1 minute, let me cross check. Apache.poi, did I add it? Yes, I have added all the Apache things for the screenshot. I have added, because this is a framework I have done. Framework level, we are coding it inside the framework, right? So all the jar files are added. By chance, if you are using it directly in a file, means make sure you're trying to add the dependency like Apache common IO jar files. Okay. So copy the file object and you're trying to create a new location, semicolon, dot, I'll write to create a folder, screenshot. Inside that, maybe I'll put homepage dot jpg. Declaration. Same code only, no big changes. We are directly using the get full page screenshot. That's the only difference, but this is possible only for the Firefox. So what will happen? Let's see. I will execute the same code in the Chrome. Then that method itself will not come. At the end, we will try those stuff. So till now, whatever we learned, what it will do, it will take the screenshot of that particular page. That is how it is handled in all the frameworks. I can show that even in the execution report. So if you check in execution report, this is the older one, not the new one. See, it is not taking the bottom everything, just the particular one. Okay, but now see it here, same folder structure. We create a folder called screenshot homepage. Can you all able to see it, the entire screenshot team? Can you all able to see everyone? The difference, the entire screenshot, see? Now you can, this is with high quality only, see? Just imagine how good it will be in the framework level, especially documentation creation, then defect analysis and all. Just you have to take one screenshot after entering all the value. So it will give very detailed details, everything, because if you are not doing this, what you have to do, you have to take the screenshot 1, 2, 3. That's going to be very tedious task. Now they made it easier in Selenium 4. Okay, now I will put this one. This is going to be a very big one. Link. Okay. I'll try to close the object driver dot and also try to use quit in some of the browser. Sometimes due to the update, what will happen? It will not working, especially you're getting some exceptions. I forgot that exception, driver dot close. So always go for driver dot quit. I think Achala, you joined directly in YouTube. You can join to Zoom meeting at the end so that you don't miss any discussion. Okay. Now see how it is going to take the screenshot. Because for testers, screenshot is everything. That speaks a lot, especially while analyzing the defect. Okay, now it took the screenshot. I forgot to update it. Now it got replaced. Everyone able to see how it is? Zoom team. See, it took the screenshot. How good? See here. From the top till the bottom, it took. This is the syllabus we planned for it. See. To do this in real time, we have to do a lot of configurations. Actually, we have to write something bigger. So Maven completed, GitHub, Jenkins, manual testing, Agile, Jira done. Then web services we will start. Then we'll move to Python. So only few changes instead of SQL, we are going with the Docker. Framework design, I just brought the Selenium 4. So these two modules is replaced. So, but still, anyhow, I took the screenshot to explain that concept also. See, it took from the top till the bottom. So that's the pretty or one of the best feature, which I literally loved it in Selenium 4, full screenshot. If you try to do this for Chrome driver, let's see. Whether it is working? No, because there is no method like get full page screenshot for the Chrome browser. They didn't create like that. That is only for the Firefox browser. Keep this point in your mind. So what you can do sometimes, if you want to create a documentation for your project, means very easy. You just put this code, try to take the screenshot of every page navigation before entering the value, after entering the value, create the documentation. That's it. Very useful one. Okay, perfect. Now, what is the next topic is, yes, taking screenshot is also done. Still, I didn't upload it too. I'll do that today. See, this is what I said, the code of it, and make sure full page screenshot will work only in Firefox browser. It is not available other things. So the two examples which I taught. If you zoom it, you will get a very good clarity about the image. Okay. Now comes some of the best features in the Chrome DevTools. So we have the Chrome browser. If we inspect, you're getting like this, no? So here, so many options we have it. We have a lot of options. This is what the Chrome DevTools, console, sources, network. So how a page is loading. For example, if I go here, you can able to see where it is, how it is sending the request. See, sending the request. 200 means success, getting the response. 204 something. So like this, performance, memory, security testing, so many things we can able to do it with the help of Chrome DevTools. But this is and all, we won't do it in most of the cases. But in Selenium 4, they give this, usually we will do it manually. In Selenium 4, some interesting things they have given. We are going to look into those options. For interview, you no need to tell this specifically, but if you tell, there is no offense. WebDriver, additional field, additionals. See, Chrome DevTools. So a lot of things we have it. We try to do everything one by one. First example. For example, if you want to check how your website will look in some other location, I'll tell you. Is it possible to do that testing? Definitely no. You can do it manually with the help of VPN. But when you use the automation script, what will happen? It will launch it, but it will not take the VPN, all the add-ons. It will take your IP address only. Just small example, if I execute this one, see how the browser will look like. Edge browser, I'm launching it. You can able to see now here, Microsoft Edge is being controlled by automated test case. I may have a lot of chat histories, the bookmarks, and any other VPN things, but this one, you can't see those things because it's not this is triggered using the automation script. So it get a instance of that browser through that only this website is launched. It means what? If you want to see how this particular website looks in some other country, it is not possible using the automation script. Manually, you can enable like this and do it. Okay, I'll show you one website like, what is that? My location. Okay, this website. My location. Then this, there is one more website is better. Yeah. See, this is my location. Okay. So right now I'm in Chennai. It is saying where exactly where, it won't say 100% exactly, some 90%. Literally, I'm not here, but in Chennai. So Chennai to somewhat like 90%. This is the location like latitude, longitude. That's how it will find it. Okay. This I can able to. So first what I will do is, first let me create the class. With code I will explain. Selenium feature, right click, emulate geographic location. So let's try to use the WebDriver Manager dot Chrome driver setup. Then creating the object instance for Chrome driver equal Chrome driver. Now there is one class which is called as okay, before that what I will do is, normally I will execute driver dot get that particular URL. What is the location it is showing now? Let's see it. Okay, driver dot manage dot windows dot maximize. I can show my website, but you can't see the difference. We can able to see the difference only with the help of that longitude, latitude or location stuff. This particular code will be very useful, especially when you work in Euro projects, UAE, like there are some countries which will literally give importance to their local language. So it may look different. See, I have ran this using the automated, and this is what my location, literally it's showing my latitude, longitude, Chennai, it is showing. Now the same website, I want to check how this will be in London. Just imagine. So it means what? Some additional code I have to bring it here. The class name is, we have to create the object instance for the DevTools. Object name equal to driver dot get DevTool. Let's import it. It's a C, open QE, it's a Selenium functional. With this object, you're trying to create a session, a new session. Now, set the latitude and longitude. So I hope spelling is correct. Okay, here let me take London. How this website will be in London. So latitude and longitude of London. So if I give this one, it will give me it is not loading it, of any location. Any location. Let's go and choose it. Okay. Let me put here London. Okay. See, this is the location it is showing. Now you have just imagining that you're going to test this application based on this location. I just took the city. Okay, this is a latitude, this is a longitude. We must know this. Then only we can test this scenario. So we have already created that object dot send it as emulation dot set geolocation, geographical location, and override 3 values: latitude, longitude, and the accuracy. How accuracy I needed, 100% accuracy, like that. So optional dot of that particular value. This is the value, latitude. See, this is a numerical number. It is not string. Again, optional dot of optional dot of. You can put 100 or you can put even 1. Anything is fine. So we are fixed the location. Or I can do easy readability right now. Yes. So you're saying you're creating a session in the Chrome browser. That location is this one. In this example, it is London. Now, if we launch this website, let's see what is the location it is showing. Before that, if I have, okay. Mostly we won't do these types of testing. In that location, usually on-site team will do those test case. Can you able to see everyone? Zoom and YouTube team. What is the location it is showing? The same URL. This is triggered with which location? London as this location. Because some of like UAE, like Saudi, those location, if you launch that URL, automatically it will navigate to their own language, whichever it is. Same way, in some places, if we launch the URL, it should first display only the French, only the German, like that, some important language. So how will you test that? If you're going to launch it and you're from India, that is going to show in a different way, because that works purely based on your IPs. So such type of a testing, now it is very easy to do it in Selenium 4 with the help of DevTools. So this is the first one such example, emulate geolocation. And one more important thing, For example, this automatically it is selected. We have many emulation. This word is quite famous in APM. So many versions we have it. If you see 85, 101, 2, 3 and all. So always go above 100 plus. Don't go with the older version. As of now, I just went to 102. So it is working fine. Sometimes some of the version, if you choose it, you have to edit this thing. And one bad thing about this particular documentation is in all the website, they will never explain about this particular package. So we have to learn like trial and error only. This is one. Remember 100 plus something. So did I mention it here? Okay. 101 plus version is fine. So this is an example. I have taken it. You can also try it. If I'm going to use NextGen, definitely you can't see any big difference. That is the reason I took this URL. Okay. Now, the next program. I hope you no need to by heart this. I know this are all totally new to you. Even in Selenium 3, we never know these things. Even if you're into the automation team also, we will not do such type of a testing. On-site team will take care of some test cases. But still, it is good to know that in Selenium 4, we have a lot of features that is very useful to do the DevTools operations. Okay. Now, the next one is even quite, what to say, interesting one. Because if you want to do a mobile testing means you will have the APM installed, that how that particular app, that particular URL will look in each browser. We can able to see using that only. That is the only way, using APM or some other tool. APM is free. But now what they did, we can able to test how our application will look like in the mobile view. That is also possible. So that is what I'm going to teach you now. And remember, you no need to give words about this in the interview. If you are entering into the automation, that is from manual team or from whichever be the non-IT, don't talk anything about this topics. It is quite higher. So usually they will get a little bit interest. They will go take a lot about this thing. You gave already word like APM and all. So a lot of questions will go there. So please don't, if they ask, do you know anything about Selenium 4 means, just other than this emulate, the Chrome dev tool, you can explain like Java 11 is important, full screenshot in Firefox is available, then how we have to give the durations again, those things, but don't enter into this. If you are already into the automation, you worked in an UFT tool or you worked in Selenium, now you're trying to go for some other like an architect or 6 or 7 plus experience, then you must know about this. This is a one way you can impress them. Okay. Emulate device mode. Actually, now I'm going to explain with the Firefox, because that view is not working in the group. Sometimes it is working, sometimes it is not working. So that's the reason I'm going to do this with Firefox. Even this code and all, it is available in the document, the documentation which is provided by the Selenium. So WebDriver dot. Okay. That becomes a habit, right? Firefox setup. Firefox driver object new Firefox driver. Let's see how next gen website will look in iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro. So some of the details I have already collected it. I'm just going to blindly follow that. So again, here we have to use the DevTools. We have to create the object for that driver.DevTools, create the session, dot create session. Okay. Object name dot send emulation dot set device. Yes. See, actually here you can able to see what is the this is like mobile testing, right? So with the height, what is the device scale factor and what type of mobile, screen width, screen height, where it should, like this screen orientation, that is it's in the landscape and how it should, like, so many parameters are there when you use the set device matrix override. So see here, as of now I know the number from that website for iPhone 12, 50 and Pro. I'll show you this documentation also, just by hearted these numbers, and rest of the things it is going to be, I'll give as an optional one, empty. I must give or else it will not execute. I'm giving an empty one. So here what I will do is this is a good programming practice. Put everything like this so that in future if you want to update something, it will be easy for you. And by default it took 85. Don't think it will work because I have already tested this scenario. I'm go with 102. If I go with 102, you will get some additional parameter. See this one. This is the reason I already said always go with 100 plus version. Older version, some of the optional fields may not be there. Okay. Let me see driver dot get the URL. The URL, this one. Driver dot manage window. Maximize. Okay. Let's execute this program and see how website will look like in iPhone 11 Pro. Very good. Happened. It's going to localhost. Okay. Happened. Work, but it's not working. But this one is correct. Firefox driver we created, and then this object, for this object we try to set device matrix override. It's correct. I'll go with 102. Initially, I didn't notice 102 or 101. Let me check that. Yeah. Can you all able to see the mobile view of this website in iPhone? So you can see. Now, mobile testing can also be done with the help of Selenium. You no need of like APM and all. Such a great thing actually, to be frank, how that view will look like. For example, if you see the website, see this is something, it should come down and it is getting merged. So this is something not a good program. It is not properly developed. So we have to raise a defect. So this is how, if we open in mobile, the view will look like this. Some exceptions are getting, leave about it. So this is also done. Use emulator 1.+1 version. To be frank, 1.2 is good. One simple example. Using Chrome, I did initially. It worked well, but now it is getting error. Sometimes it is working, sometimes it is not working. So this is a device mode. We can able to test it. Then there are something like performance, like how the particular website is loading, those things and all. That also we can do it. We may not have an idea about what is the meaning of each feature, but mobile testers will know that. Anyhow, will do that. That's going to be the last program. Testing the performance metrics. It is. You can use Chrome. This again remains the same. We are going to test it for Chrome driver, Chrome browser. Now, with this object, you're trying to send the performance dot enable. Okay, can give this as an empty one. Optional dot empty. Now we are trying to get all the matrices, that is with the help of object send performance dot get matrices. This is going to be a list. If you see, it will tell it is going to be a list of matrices. Lot of details we are going to get it. So we will use the list concept here. Then list of metric, any object name. It should be capital. Okay. Let's see. Java function. Okay, we'll go with 102. If I go with 102, change the metric to star. Okay. Performance model. Here itself mismatch. That's a reason. We have to make sure the every version, emulator versions are same. Now Let me check for the website driver dot get the URL. Any website you can test it. Driver dot quit, and you have to actually this will be available here. Already it is saved. You can use the for each to print it in the metric list. So m dot get name. Usually how we have to put plus double quotes and its value. M dot get value. You can put this share anywhere, nothing makes all same. This is testing the backend performance. So front end, however it is, it's not important. Let's test it. So after we close the application, how the performance, those parameters also important. I will give a very detailed explanation about emulators and all in future. Definitely I will launch a course on APM, not as live session, but I will try to create a course and post it in my channel. Okay. So these are all the details of a particular website. So how many documents, whether we have frames, JavaScript, any list is used, how many nodes, sources. So everything is having its own meaning. We may not understand, and how this is one important, how long it took command to execute it. Some performance factors are there. So whether this website is good or not, from this number, we can able to understand it. That is why I used to say mobile testing is some separate line inside the automation. Very demanding skill set. Very tough to get a resource for mobile testing, and also object identification is not easier. So in your resume, please make sure you're not talking anything related to mobile testing. Very complex actually. This is one final program. This is done. Okay. Metrics, performance. Yes, we are done. So actually these programs are already available. Selenium download, go here, go to the documentation, share. Actually grid, we have a very good documentation, but still it is not working for me. I tried all the way. It didn't work. Additional features. Remote WebDriver browser option. So if you want to test in a particular, okay, I have to try this today. Bidirectional DevTools. This one. A lot of documentations, basic authentication. You can also use with the help of HATS authentication method. Then mutation observations. You can able to print all the console log, whatever you're getting it in that. Share also. JavaScript out, you can do it. Network interception. That is what a lot of mobile stuffs they have given mobile security testing and all in Selenium 4. They gave those things. And again, emulate geolocation. This is what I taught you for different location. And then with the remote WebDriver, again, the grid concepts, we can do that device. This is from here only I got this value. Performance metrics, just now I taught this. So these are all some important functionality. We will be using it in Selenium 4. I already said it. Please make sure What is most important is when you go for an interview, if you are new, you never have any automation experience, please don't talk about mobile testing, SQL, database, and then this DevTools, Selenium 4 and all. But if as an experienced resource, if you go for it, means these topics you should talk it. That is the minute difference to make sure the interview is going smoothly. Actually, there is something called desired capabilities. With that only in Selenium Grid 4, we will be doing it. That is also removed in the Selenium 4. Initially, we have desired capability facilities in Grid 3. Now the Grid 3 is totally erased and they came up with a fresh architecture. I think that is also available in that website. Control H. So Grid again. Where is Grid? This one. I'm just giving you where this document. So how you will do the parallel execution. Grid 4. So if you see here, as a standalone application, you can try to connect one hub with multiple nodes. And again, you can use the Dockers. Docker is very latest one. So we will be trying to do all these things. And the architecture, if you see it, they have totally changed it. So how this going to help you? That diagram. There it is there. The diagram. It is not sure. Components. Yeah, this is the diagram. Grid components. So what literal meaning? We are trying to automate. We are trying to create multiple threads. You can put like that. Rather than executing in single mission, you are trying to execute in multiple missions. So hub and node concept, so many things are here. But the issue is it is not working. Maybe I can show you how that will look like. It's very easy only. Selenium automation. 1 minute. This is a jar file. I want to open it, which they have mentioned it. Actually, it should work. The problem is yesterday I have updated to the latest version. So that's where things went wrong. This one. Okay, I put it into a notepad. What is the version? The version is 4.4.0. This jar file, you can able to find it in the downloads. See, Selenium Grid. This is the latest one. 4.4. This one. You can download it. You try to stand alone. 1 minute. Okay. So I'm just starting the server. So it is I can able to execute as a 16 queues, 16 connections, and the IP it is used as this one. Enter. Enter means it will copy. If you put Control C, it will end the connection. See, this is how Selenium Grid will look like. This is standalone. I can able to choose different like combination. 8 browsers, 8 Chrome browsers, 8 Firefox browsers. So this is within my laptop. That is standalone. If I connect with multiple things, this is standalone. Hub and node means, for example, I'm connecting with your computer means I will get your computer details here. And a Docker is totally different way. And whenever we execute that sessions and overview, sometimes it will take the video of that. So those things are Selenium 4 things. Actually, what is an issue I faced is, where is that? Selenium Grid. Yeah. Say morning I tried with the Chrome browser. If I run this 1.3, no, okay, I'll run and show you. See, it will give one connection. Very quickly it will happen if it launches. The launching itself nowadays becomes an issue. Chrome option, we are trying to launch it. Yes, it launched and it is throwing the exception. So see, one session it happened. It came and left. So during execution, it will clearly tell how many sessions. So what is the problem I'm facing is I'm unable to create the exception because it will support only 1 or 2 version. So mine is 1 or 4 version. If you see my Chrome thing, it is 1 or 4. So I'm facing this version issue. So I'm trying to downgrading it. Auto update is happening. A lot of things I did, but I was not satisfied with that. So I thought of taking this particular topic during teaching about the Docker. Maybe I'll show you, I'll try to connect with our team members and screen share them and see. I will try to execute from here and you can able to see the executions in some other laptop. That is very, very useful one. And remember, if you talk about Selenium 4, you must talk about Selenium Grid, because the Selenium Grid is something very, 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 very irritating thing. It is not at all easy to do the setup in Selenium 3. That is the reason they totally changed the architecture itself. Now they made it very easy. It should work, but my bad time because of this versions issue, it is not working. But luckily we found some workaround. What I need to do is I would go and check with this remote WebDriver. So I'm using remote WebDriver only. So creating the object instance for the remote WebDriver. So we can, so this is what we are trying to push it. And Chrome options. So when I do this, it is not working. So let me put this. Will it work? Chrome option. My version is 104. If this works, then I can show you on test case, but I'm not sure whether this will work or not. Mostly I have to downgrade and see the execution. So it takes some time because it should create a lot of backend stuff. Let's see what happens. It is unable to find this itself. I'm not sure. You can able to see this red color button. It means it is still executing. I tried even with the Firefox. It was not working. So that's the reason I'm just putting this topic along with the Docker. So as an overall, other than the last topic, whatever the most important feature for Selenium 4 we have discussed, especially these two will be very useful when you work in any automation project, make sure what is the sequence you should able to update your script so that it will not affect the existing code. And always when you want to upgrade, take a copy of your project and then execute in that. So execution complete, post. Some warning things are happening. Still it is executing. It is unable to create that particular version. Maybe one more try with the version number, exact number. So we created for the Chrome browser only. Some dependencies, I think some of the dependencies are not added. Whatever, this topic, we'll see it later. But this is how this is the, what to say, main page overview of the entire Selenium Grid. From here only, I will try to connect to all other machines and execute my test case. Okay, this suite of test case needs to be executed in this mission. Like this, I can able to find your mission names, IP address. I will be giving that, and when I launch it, what will happen in your computer? Automatically, it will trigger. So that firewall and all, we have to check it. If that works fine, then I can execute it. Very soon, I will try to do that. Okay. Now we are done with Selenium 3. One miscellaneous topic. Actually, I taught this to my company guys. So I thought of adding you that because we have enough time. This is not Selenium 3. It not belongs to Selenium 4. It belongs to Selenium 3. We call this as a browser. See the browser: Firefox, Internet, Safari, Opera, Chrome, Edge. So this browsers, you have the GUI front end. There is one browser, we call it as headless browser. Headless browser means what? You don't have the GUI. Everything will run in the hidden mode. Even in Jenkins, things will run in the hidden mode. So I'll show that. I explained this concept in the basics. What is Selenium? See, HTML unit driver. It's a specialized browser, headless browser. It is same as Chrome, but it does not have GUI. So one cannot see the test execution on the screen. So we are going to see how to do this. Sometimes what is the biggest advantage is you have only one system, you want to test it. If you are going to trigger using the Selenium, means what will happen? It will occupy your screen. Am I right? You can't do other work. But when you put into headless driver, the performance, it is lightweight browser. There is no GUI, but it will execute in the backend. You can work on your work. So execution will happen in the backend automatically. Such a great advantage. But still, some of the components we are facing the issue. What I will do is I will try to create one headless browser, and then we'll check whether this will work or not. TestNG. Okay. Headless browser testing. Small modification only. In Selenium 3, I can test that. Test case. 1 minute in. Okay. So I'm going to face one issue. Let me close everything. I need driver files. This one, because it is Selenium 3, right? Okay, I'll create. Speed right. Okay, here. This is not Selenium 3 feature, but I'm creating it here. Headless browser. If you want, you can create as a Java class or else TestNG class. Anything is fine. Browser. What if I give that test annotation? Convert. We have that directly. Okay. So rather than directly into the project itself, I'm going to do it. So we already have a URL. Then only we will get a log, bigger log, or else it will be. So I'm directly using this URL. Okay. This URL. Once we launch the launch application, navigation code, I'm just disabling it. Enabled equal to false. It means what? This will not execute. Directly it will check the title. It will enter everything and do the validation. Now, here only the difference is, first we have to set the system property. Set the system property. WebDriver.chrome.driver and /drivers. It is drivers. Then Chrome driver.exe. Okay. So we have creating the object instance. Now, this is where the change is there. We have something called Chrome options. For that, we have to create the object instance. Using this only, we can do the testing. Then options dot add argument. Can put what is an argument is headless. Okay. Now create the object instance for the Chrome driver. So WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver, and very important, this is what we will do it now. Now we have to pass this option inside the Chrome driver. So about here, driver, it is in the blue color. I think I have initialized this one, Chrome option. So I can remove this so that everything will be in blue color. Object creation issue will not be there. So now this is going to launch in the headless browser. This just one line of code, just two line. What you have to use, you have to create the object instance for the Chrome options and then pass the argument as headless. Then this object you have to pass as a Chrome object. Let's execute and see. You can't see the front end. Execution is happening in the, see, execution is happening. Can you able to see the browser? No. This performance, yes, everything happens in the backend. It is tested and we got the report also. Headless browser. It means what? There is no browser. That I can't say no browser, a browser which does not have the GUI. Very useful feature, but there are some issues are there in Headless browser. Sometimes the page navigation is not working. That is why for the safety reason, directly I used this particular URL. Suppose sometimes what is happening is when you want to do the mouse over, something is not working. So I'm working on some analysis for Headless browser also for my organization. Very soon I will share you the reports. What is the workaround for that? Because in some project, the clients will say, can you try it as a Headless browser? Like that also. In most of the cases, automation team, again here, even though we execute as an Headless browser, and if you see the reports also will be generated. That is very important. Every testing is done, but the front end, emailable report, you can able to see. Just now we executed. Normally it will take 22 seconds. I know very because I'm doing this for a long time, but now it reduced a little bit. So just imagine if you're going to execute like 150 test case, then it is going to save you a lot of time. Actually, I can work on other things also. That is one big feature, but there are some problem in Headless browser that also I'm saying it. So these are all some additional topics which was not a part of our training, but I thought this will be definitely will be very helpful to everyone. That's why I have added this module. So again, the Headless browser, we are specific to which one? Chrome. We have using the Chrome, we have Chromium, we can use this facility. Some browsers have this options. That's the reason you are using Chrome browser, but in the hidden mode. That's the reason actually. You are passing this option. What you are saying? Okay, you execute in the Chrome driver, but headless. I don't want any of it. See here. It is executing in the Chrome only. Chrome driver 103. And it's a W3C. Okay, fine. So I hope whatever I have planned, I am done actually. Next week, we will start the Cucumber. Once Cucumber is done, then we will move on to the web service. Okay, team. Any queries, you can comment it in the video. Once the streaming is done, you can directly go and comment it in the videos. Later, I can reply for that. First, I will end the streaming. We'll see next week, team. Good night, team.